Ho, 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 and hello to the Welcome to the Christmas podcast, everyone. Listeners, it's that most wonderful time of year. Or as one Christmas song put it, let's stay another day. To be fair, I could have picked a Christmas song with more Christmas lyrics. Now, we all know that the most important thing for a magical Christmas is capitalism, of course. Christmas is that time of year for the familiar. And nothing makes me feel more Christmassy than witnessing an office party being dismissed from a walkabout before one of the guests vomits on a tube in the central line. But what about Christmas tradition? Well, one of my traditions is quietly dropping the hint that maybe we just don't do presents this year until it catches on. Until then, there's nothing more Christmassy than asking your family members exactly what they want before ordering it on Amazon. In the Parsons household, it's time for our main annual event. Watching a film. We dust off my brother's Disney Plus account and put Home Alone on before ignoring the world of cinema for another year. But surely the true meaning of Christmas is sitting on the sofa, eating our weight in Quality Street and watching the much worse Christmas-themed versions of popular TV shows. But listeners, we are no different. Welcome to the Christmas podcast of Joseph Parsons and Emslie Do Talking podcast.
Oh, seamless.
Seamless, well read. I think it was the finest bit of reading we've ever seen.
Welcome to Christmas, everybody.
Welcome to Christmas. Did realise the typeface was quite small on my computer when I started that. Required quite a lot more than I needed in terms of focus. How are you?
Very well. I was going to ask, based on your intro, you mentioned that you had a tradition of asking people not to give you gifts.
Yes.
How's that caught on?
To an extent. This is the first year where my brother went, do you know what? Maybe you just don't do gifts for me and Jags and the family. And I was like, fair enough, great.
But the kids?
Kids always involved. I'm fine with that. And then he was like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, no. We don't do... It has to be a mutual thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's finally caught on that side. Mum and Dad I'll always buy for because they're good. They're good eggs. They're easy to buy for as well.
So you're just cutting your brother and...
Just cutting my brother.
Okay.
You know when you just like, there's a point in adulthood where you're like, I don't think I need anything from anyone now. And although love the thought, most of it is now for all of us. What do you want for Christmas? Great, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of, and I think that's the best way of gifting. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is.
Or it's like, what do I want for Christmas? A garlic crusher. And then you're like, well, I'll just buy myself a garlic crusher because if it goes wrong, I'll take it back and I don't need the admin of having to ask
Garlic crushers, there is only one way to get a garlic crusher, by the way. It's the one that you press down with force, not the one that you have that little gadget which is impossible to clean. You know, the crushing, you know, the one that's like pincers? What's it? What am I trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say, but
what is that called, that mechanism? The crunchy one that you do like pliers.
Yeah, I've got that garlic crusher. I've got a Good Grips one. Bought it myself.
Oh, someone's earning.
It's great. Now, you might be thinking of a garlic crusher. Didn't expect to be going down a garlic crusher route.
Hey, look, it's Christmassy.
The garlic crusher where you pop the bit in to sort of help you squidge. Not interested in that. The OXO Good Grips. Pop your garlic into the hole. Done.
Oh, you see, I like the one. I've got one that is literally just holes.
And you just push
you just hammer it down with strength.
Yeah, don't mind that.
It's great. It's a much cleaner way of doing it.
So that's Christmas done.
We're not sponsored by any of those.
I'd love to be sponsored by Good Grips.
Wouldn't it be nice to be sponsored by something?
I'd love to be sponsored by Good Grips.
God, just sponsor someone. Let us.
I've got
advertise.
a Good Grips thing in my shower as well to clean my. I don't even have a shower bit.
You don't have a shower?
I've got a shower, but I don't have a shower screen anymore.
Oh.
So I've just got a Good Grips.
Shower screens are a lot of admin.
They're
though. A lot of the time you're just wiping it down.
Yeah.
You're having a shower and you're going, oh God, now I've got to clean that area because you don't want in London. You don't want the lime scale to.
Lot of lime scale.
God, it's so lime scale.
Lot of Christmas lime scale in London.
It's very Christmassy. What a Christmassy opener.
So, sorry, yes.
So, do you know what? I'll open up. How's your week been, mate?
Very, very good.
So
The drink.
I'll take the sip.
The drink goes back down. I say very good. Have I lost my Christmas spirit? Something happened to me on a train.
Okay, I'm excited because you stopped telling me this story on a train.
I did, yeah.
So I'm excited to actually hear this story.
I was on a train going to the weekly pub quiz. I love my pub quizzing. I was on the train. It was a busy train, but somehow there were 6 seats next to me, completely free. and then this phone just started ringing from those seats.
That's horror movie level of
Well,
stuff, isn't it?
and-
What time of night was it?
6:30.
6:30. Which dark this time of year.
But not sort
Spooky 6:30.
of not bad enough.
It's the Halloween special.
But everybody looked at this phone, and everyone just did the London thing of going, "Nah, I'm not doing
That ringing phone over there looks like not my problem."
Exactly. And I thought, I can't just leave this phone ringing. And I just saw the back of it, right? I just saw a back of a smartphone, and I was like, okay, fine. Picked it up. It was this fucking amazing flip thing. I had a look online afterwards.
Oh, it's one of your fucking dumb phones, isn't it?
It wasn't a dumb phone. It was a brand new Google something that was
Cat
worth...
S240.
He's been on the site. But it was £1,800 this phone was worth.
Wow.
Right? So I picked up this phone, answered it, and I said, I went, "Hey, have you lost your phone?" And the person went, "Yes, I have. Could you just, thank you so much for picking up. Can you leave it at any station? I'll pick it up." So I got to the station I was going to. The box office, not the box office, the
The box office.
What are they called?
We have been doing comedy for too long.
What are they called?
The station zone.
The ticket office.
Yes,
the ticket office was completely closed. They're refurbing it. No staff to be seen. So I was like, I'm stuck with this fucking phone now. So I then had to open up this flip book of a phone, find the emergency contact, called the emergency contact. They didn't pick up. They then called the phone back. I was then speaking to the emergency contact, who was this person's wife, and I said, "Hey, I've got whoever's phone, I didn't know at the time. I've got your phone. I'm going to be in this pub. I'm doing the pub quiz. I'll be in there until 10:30. Feel free to come in and I'll give you your phone."
And join in with the quiz. Depends what kind of knowledge you're bringing.
Yeah. But then she said, "Please could I have your number so I can... So I've got your number just in case." So I gave my number.
He's still got it, listeners. He's still got it. Still getting the numbers from married women.
So then gave my number to this person. The phone I was holding, she then texted that phone and said, "This is the number you need to contact when you're at the pub." She hadn't quite twigged that he didn't have his phone. So then I went into the pub, sat down, started eating my food before the quiz.
Which I'm imagining you ordered before you even got there.
Yeah, I knew I was.
Yeah,
gotcha. Sat down, and this guy came in, and I recognised him from the photo on the phone, so I knew it was him. So I texted his partner just to say, "Oh, your husband's arrived. He's picking up his phone." He walked over and genuinely went, "Thanks," and walked out. That was it. That was it.
Ding dong merrily on fuck you.
Mate.
Genuinely, you've gone so out of your way to sort of rescue that phone.
And during this...
Not even a pint, even though you don't drink, but didn't even get that offer.
I cannot tell you how much it was. "Thanks." And then he went. And then the quizmaster went, "Was that it?" And
so you told the quizmaster
The quizmaster was sat next to me.
Yeah.
And then...
Did he do that whilst he was leaving? Is that it? And then
I don't expect anything from that. I've done my good deed, right? I've done my good Christmassy deed.
Oh, you expect a bit though.
No, but what I expect, because what I wanted him to say was, "Can I buy you a drink?" And I would have said, "No, thank you. That's really kind. Have a lovely Christmas."
Or even just, "Thank you so much. You're such a lifesaver." Anything like that. That's the go-to sentence.
The phone was worth...
"Oh, you are a lifesaver."
The phone was worth £1,800, and thanks. I'm not doing it again. If a phone is ringing,
you're nicking that, and then you're going to make a little video about it on YouTube.
If Christmas, I don't feel Christmassy after that.
No.
So that's my week.
Well, you've gone. He's turned you full Scrooge. What a prick!
I just think. I was like, oh, maybe he was embarrassed or whatever. Okay, fine.
Why would he be embarrassed on his wife's behalf?
No, he lost the phone.
Oh, it was his phone?
His phone. He lost it. I thought maybe he's embarrassed. Maybe English isn't his first language. Not a problem. Bear in mind the wife had my number and had to text me. She could have texted and gone, "Thanks so much."
Thanks so much, by the way. Yeah. Oh, mate. Oh,
that's my
annoying.
week.
Well, if you know that person, listeners, if you've had a very short conversation with a very short sort of man, was he short?
No, not really.
No.
But I just was like, why did I bother?
What was his name?
I've
Full
got
name?
absolutely
What was his phone number?
I can tell you.
Yeah, I bet you've memorised that.
I can tell you his wife's phone number.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
That's only...
Merry Christmas.
That's only through the fact that you text me. Anyway, How has your week been? So that's me.
Do you know what? Mine was eventful.
Yeah.
And by which I mean eventful for me. I went to the velodrome to watch the cycling.
Yes.
Which was really fun until one of the cyclists had quite a big accident, which isn't very Christmassy and isn't very funny.
Yeah.
But basically, glad that the rider's okay. That then meant that the event was cancelled.
The accident was
So
big
the
enough.
accident was big enough. They flipped over the velodrome barriers into the
I
audience.
thought you were going to say they flipped over the velodrome.
They flipped over the velodrome.
Oh.
It was a Red Bull event. They were just trying to be very extreme.
Yeah.
No, it was an awful...
They flipped over the barrier.
Over the barrier and into the audience. So everyone was like... It was like one of those things of, is everyone alive? It was a really horrible
And the
moment.
audience? The spectators?
Audience, I think, just got away with scrapes and bruises because they got two bikes... Because both riders went over the...
Thank God those bikes are light.
Oh, yeah, I tell you, it's like paper.
God.
Strong paper. Strong paper. But
Well, that
yeah,
sounds scary
so that
and
was
horrible.
scary. But then I had my final preview in London before I go on tour.
Yes.
Big moment. All I'm going to say is it went very well, and I got a standing ovation by one person, and then no one else followed.
Oh.
The guy, I must say, one of the most fabulous people in an audience I've ever had was... he's sort of quite honest when he came in. He was like, if this doesn't impress me, I will walk out. So I was like...
Fair play.
Fair play.
You're living life like it's a TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to waste your time if that's the case. Live life, love. I don't know. So I did, I'm going to be honest, I performed the first 10 minutes almost purely to him. I was like, do you like it yet? But he was enjoying it. And then he gave me the standing ovation and everyone else sort of went, no.
Oh, and what did he do? Did he?
He continued. He wasn't fazed by the fact that other people. He was one of life's like individuals. He just lives his life.
A theatre person.
Very theatrical.
Okay,
yeah.
right, okay.
But I loved it. So it was like a really fun preview. The tour is on sale. But that was a moment where I've never had a proper like
Standing
moment
out.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but hey, maybe more than one person will give me a standing ovation during this tour. That's the aim.
That's mad though that he came in with this better impressed me. That's amazing that he came in with this better impressed me and then left with this impressed me.
Yes, I mean, I'm going to be honest. There are a few where I think I won them over halfway through.
Okay.
But do you know what? It was a good preview. I think I'm actually getting quite excited about the show.
Great, I'm excited.
So yeah, it's getting to the point now where it has to be good, and it's getting there. Still quite a bit of work to do.
Perfect. That's Christmas, everybody.
What on earth was that? I thought you were just having a breakdown then. I was like, oh God, no,
I was
not
moving
now.
us on to the Christmas bit.
What is that your Christmassy?
I could not think of any Christmas. I should have jingled some bells.
Oh, good. Yes. Okay. What's your Christmas?
My thing was going to be,
change.
I want to know your family, or just your Christmas traditions as a family. I know you covered some of watching Home Alone, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's others. Or memories of Christmas, because it's the Christmas episode.
It is the Christmas episode, everyone. I should have looked into that camera,
Yeah.
really. But, I just looked lost. I looked like I just wandered into the room. Completely lost. Anyway, if you aren't watching on YouTube, do. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a slow build in terms of follower count.
That's fine.
We'll get there in the end. We're going to continue doing this. I'd like us to get
an episode.
I'd like us to get to episode 100. That would be a nice moment because I was listening to a 100th special episode. So that's our aim. 2 years of pure work.
Do I need to do a Christmas twos again to get us back on track?
Sorry, Christmas toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
Yes, toot, toot, toot. I hate that.
Yeah, I do.
I really. Sorry. Before I go into my Christmas, I really hate that.
And Christmas is about telling people what you really think of them.
I hate what you just did then and what you've done to this podcast. I despise.
Right.
Anyway, yes, my Christmas traditions. Delighted to say that we're quite a sort of standard family. We have a roast. Often we will steer away from turkey, though. We're not always a turkey family. We occasionally have a goose, maybe a pheasant.
Pheasant.
Occasionally, yeah. We've not been known to. My mum really loves.
Sorry,
cooking.
mate. I didn't know that you owned some
Land.
some land.
Yeah, you didn't know I was a farmer. Mum loves cooking. She likes changing it up. I made venison when I hosted Christmas, so we do change it up a bit. But Adam, my brother, is hosting Christmas this year.
Yeah.
So over to him. I've been told to bring the cheese.
Is that a euphemism?
I'm bringing the cheese, baby. Santa, baby. Bring it on over the brie.
Great. A bit of improv.
A bit of improv there. Yes, and.
Yes.
Anyway, so we're going to my brother's. He said, bring cheese. I thought, is that a thing we do very often? I don't know. But yeah, we're sort of at that we've got young children in our family now. And it becomes exciting again when you've got kids really excited about. Because we had years of being adults and just getting hammered on Christmas Eve and being hungover on Christmas Day.
Sure.
Now I don't drink. There's little ones. It's sort of
they
different.
They don't drink.
They don't drink, not yet. But they're sort of. It's more about what they want at Christmas now. How about you? What's yours?
But what about as a family, away from the food, anything like that? Was there any weird decorations that would come out? Anything?
No.
Quite a 442.
We have 442. There's what can I say? There's a duck with skis on.
A duck with skis on.
A duck with skis on somewhere in the house. How about you, mate? What's your main?
So Christmas traditions. I would say that my sister is big into decorating the tree together. Arguably that hasn't happened this year because everyone's in different places. But we have the Christmas mistletoe CD. And we have to find a CD player that's
CD. I love it. Oh, every family home still got one. Sure.
So that goes on, and then we have the very Christmassy Macarena Monkey comes out.
Yes, nothing says Christmas like. So
when I would probably say about 8 years old, for a birthday, I got bought a Macarena Monkey. Sure, it's what every boy wanted at that age. Side note on this, we'll come back onto Christmas. I would often search for my birthday
We haven't
presents.
spent much time on Christmas so far. I like this. Side note, over something else.
I will come onto it. But when I was about 8 years old, I searched for my birthday presents, and they were hidden in a suitcase under a bed. And if you made a noise, the Macarena Monkey would go off. And when I knocked it, it went off. And I was like, wow, this is going to be the best gift ever. It's basically a monkey, a gorilla, who goes, dun, 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 Macarena. That's it, right? It's still going now. What am I, 30-something? How old? Who knows?
Who knows? You
30,
should know, mate. You should know.
30,
I do worry about you with the toot to the toot and not knowing your own age.
33, I think.
You should know that now, mate.
And
were you sort of like, do I give my age away? Were you being coy there?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my brand.
But you're not supposed to have anxiety. That's my job. How dare you
So now every Christmas, it was dressed in like a little sailor's outfit. I don't really know.
A Christmassy sailor's outfit.
But Mum, quite understandably, found a knitted jumper, which is a Christmas jumper and a Christmas hat, and that now goes in the toilet downstairs. So whenever anybody goes to the toilet, the Macarena Monkey sings to them over Christmas. Genuinely, it's become a proper tradition. And Mum this year, because she knew we wouldn't be together, she brought it up and it's now in the house. And
That's quite sweet.
I turned it on and it was so loud. My partner just went, no.
Oh yeah, that must be such a weird thing for your partner to be involved with now. Just like, what is your family?
It's quite a sweet tradition, right?
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
It's quite nice. So we have the Macarena Monkey, and I remember last year we were all going back to the family home, and it potentially is the last one in the family home that we've had for. The family home's been around ever since I was born. And so everyone went back. And I was really excited. I was like, this is great. We're going to have a lovely time. Before I knocked on the door, I got a speaker out and I started playing Feliz Navidad. And I thought, what a nice way to come into the house.
You were like, the Macarena Gorilla's going to love this.
I thought, what a lovely way to come into the house. Rung the doorbell. And my mum just went, yeah, we're all a bit busy. And I was stood at the door, like, da, 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 da. Oh, man.
Oh, you bringing the Christmas cheer again. Did you do this?
Toot.
I was being actually very sort of slightly Mexican fun out there, actually.
I had to walk in by myself to nobody because they were having dinner.
Wow. Were you ever Mary or Joseph? I was going to say Mary or Joseph in the Christmas play.
I was Joseph quite a lot because of my name.
I got Joseph as well,
and because of my acting ability.
Yeah,
but
I've seen you do self-tapes, mate.
But in the final year, so I think I probably was Joseph for 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was.
I think I only got it once.
I was sort of,
and I
first name on the team sheet.
Were you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A theatre kid?
And then the final year, they went, we can't give it to him again.
Is that you making?
I think.
Yeah, that's what you think, is it?
I think they went.
Can't give it to this guy again.
So they gave it to some scuffer who couldn't do it. He didn't know the lines.
You were like a proper actor who has been replaced. You know, it's like, what's it called? The study or whatever.
Understudy.
The understudy has come in, done a good job, and you go, well, didn't learn the lines properly.
Didn't know the lines.
Darling, he just didn't. He was out of his.
I was
depth.
a shepherd for some.
Good.
Yeah, were you not a shepherd?
Actually, no, I don't know what it was. I was an angel once, and I really made the most of that part because I remember being annoyed that I didn't get much of a speaking role, so I improvised it was when I was quite young.
You improvised?
I improvised at a very young age. I was like, no, I'm going to make this more about me.
Oh, God.
But then Mary and Joseph, I think I nailed that.
What, both?
Yeah, I played both. It's a one-man show.
Yeah.
No, me and a old school friend, Lydia.
Great.
And what she's doing now. Who knows? Maybe you're listening. But yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed that. But the big celebration was like when I went to secondary school. That's where Christmas became a bit more of a thing because I used to be in bands in school.
Sure.
I used to be doing a lot of music, and I was in a comedy band. My first.
What?
Did you not know this?
No.
So I was in my first ever band was me and a friend, Katie Underhay, who I adore still. I think she's wonderful. We did a very Victoria Wood style comedy jazz band where she would do singing and I would do singing and play piano.
Yeah.
And it was all jazz and we just do stupid, I'm going to be honest, Mighty Boosh before Mighty Boosh was big.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. So it was like stuff
in your own trumpet.
Stuff about, yeah, it was amazing. We won Battle of the Bands. I could tell you the bands were pissed off when we stumbled in talking about dry biscuits and how it gives you diarrhea. It was highbrow stuff. And then because we'd won Battle of the Bands and we were getting a bit of a name for ourselves in World Community School. and we were like, do you know what? We're becoming a little bit of a thing here.
Yeah.
So they invited us to do the Christmas special. And to this day, it's one of my biggest shame memories. So I remember we got on and we were like, we're going to do a fairy tale of New York.
Oh, God.
Katie was like, I'll be Kirsty McCall.
Of course.
And I was like, fine, I'll be Shane McGowan. Now, I knew about the Pogues and what the vibe was, and I played the part.
Oh, God. At school, how old were you, please?
I played the part. I was, I think, 12, 13.
And you played a drunk Irish man.
Yes.
Did you do the accent?
Hard to tell. I did a drunk accent, a generic drunk accent.
God.
And really, to the point where I fell off my chair at the end, like for maximum impact. I was theatrical. The audience were fellow students and a few teachers. To say they didn't get it is being quite polite to me. It felt like I was having a breakdown on stage, and everyone was just like, "Who is this guy? Like, what is it?" Like, they didn't know that none of them had done the pre-reading, and I remember just when that song ended and me falling to stage, which is a common thing that I've kept up until this day. That. I still do that on stage now. To silence.
Oh, mate.
And then a sort of. One or two claps.
Well, the bells
teachers
are
loved
ringing out for Christmas. Dun, 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 dun.
Awful,
man.
It's amazing what confidence you have as a young person going, I think this is going to be incredible. And we went up, we were like, we think that everyone is going to understand the Pogues. Did you
practice with Katie Underwood?
Oh, yeah. Underhay. We practiced. We had other songs. Some very weird stuff we were doing at that time, but we got laughs. We used to get laughs. That's the thing. We got laughs with everything else we did.
Just not this.
Got no laughs.
This was your first death on stage.
It was my first. No, it wasn't actually, because I also went for student president once.
Oh yes.
And
we won't go into that on the Christmas episode.
No, but basically, long story short, it's a very short story. Didn't do any of the prep. Wandered on the stage in front of everyone in assembly and thought, I don't have any policies.
Riffed it.
Did something about bins. Something about lunchtime. I thought, you know what? Yeah, that's really fine.
Oh, man.
Oh, Christmas.
Oh, Christmas.
Well, that's not very Christmassy.
Speaking of Christmas, I don't want to dwell on... I don't necessarily care about Spotify Wrapped in terms of... I'm not too fussed what our output was, but...
72,000 hours.
That's hours?
Yeah.
Minutes?
Not hours.
No,
That's hour, no. I'm actually still listening in the future.
But that's a hell of a lot. But that seems to be becoming a bit of a Christmas tradition.
It is, isn't it? It's a modern world thing of where everyone posts their music taste and everyone following them just go. There's a collective. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the people who posted it, so I know I'm part of the problem.
I didn't post it. My top 5 songs were by the same artist, an indie artist from 2011. I should just buy his CD.
Yeah.
I don't need to be paying for Spotify.
Bandcamp, mate. There'll be a Bandcamp.
Yeah,
there's always a Bandcamp link.
Yeah.
If people are diligent enough and fancy a Christmas present, you can find my album that I released in lockdown.
You don't want that as a Christmas gift.
No, that's a depressing Christmas gift.
That's sad.
Just to give you an idea, listeners, released an album in lockdown. Not funny music, quite sad music. It's there. Do the searching.
The thing that I find mad is obviously I think as a promotional tool, Spotify Wrapped is incredible. Right, we're going a bit businessy here.
Yeah,
but in terms of the reach that it gets and the free advertising they get from it is unbelievable. But what that means is there are now so many companies that are like, well, come on, we're going to
do Wrapped. Grindr has got a Wrapped.
Right, that is insane. I logged into my Lloyd's banking yesterday and it went, do you want to do your Wrap for this year? And I thought, no way.
No, I don't want to know.
Your top spending was Greg's. No, thank you. No.
My Monzo would be OnlyFans. You spent. No.
You were the only fan of OnlyFans.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, there's something in there, isn't there?
But I find that insane. B&Q tried one, and they did. You bought one toilet seat this year. Well, I'm not. I just
B&Q. No one's spending that much in B&Q where they could have a Wrapped.
It's insane, isn't it?
I mean, the Grindr Wrapped is like they basically pick their top gay destinations. They've reworked what that is, but
they've what?
They basically do top gay destinations.
So it's not specific to you. It's not like
it's specific to Grindr.
You got rejected 98 times.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
This amount of people blocked you.
I find the whole thing. I fully understand that Spotify Wrapped is an unbelievable marketing tool. I find there'll be companies that shouldn't be doing it, where the head honcho is sat in a room. They're like, we need to be doing a Wrapped here.
Funeral Wrapped.
Yeah, we need to be doing a Wrapped at the Co-op Funeral Care.
Yeah, Co-op Funeral Care Wrapped.
And you think, what?
You buried 3 family members this year.
Oh.
Is anyone else feeling really Christmassy?
I'm starting to think we're just wearing Christmas hats.
Yeah. But some people don't like Christmas, and for completely understandable reasons. So there's got to be a bit for that.
What's your vibe on Christmas? What is your...
I love Christmas. I'm a real Christmassy boy. I like Christmas, just not the present receiving thing. Because I don't necessarily think anyone should. I love spending time with my family.
Yeah.
That's my favourite thing.
We do. We have now we've advanced to Secret Santa, and it's a couple Secret Santa, and the budget is £50, and that's it. And the kids, obviously, you have to buy for the kids because it is for them, and that bit I don't mind. I love that. That's a good fun thing to do. I've got my first football kit for my little nephew. Bristol City.
Yes, he's going to be a Bristol City fan by request from my brother.
And what colour?
Red.
Oh, home kit.
He's going to be a red.
Yeah.
No, he might be until he decides to support Plymouth Argyle, which will be fine.
Yeah.
If he wants a worse club.
Ooh.
But yes, that was fun to buy.
Yeah, that'd be really nice to buy. How much did that cost? Actually, we don't need. We
won't, unless my brother doesn't pay attention to my career, which is perfectly reasonable. I would say it's north of £40
for a kid's kit for somebody who is 2, 3.
Yeah, he's going to grow out of it within 4 weeks.
Wow.
Of wearing it. But I've set the precedent of this is your team now. Although he'll choose, obviously he's allowed to choose.
Yeah, fair.
But also choose Bristol City. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you like teams that are permanently 12th?
I've got the team for you.
Yes. But yeah, I get excited about that.
That's really nice. Similar vibes.
Similar vibes.
I think we've actually got a voice note this week. We've had a few off.
Yeah, we and to be honest, we set the precedent for, actually, we've said nothing funny, but we have got something this week. Is it me failing this week?
It's you failing this week.
It's me doing a failure this week, so we'll play that to you. We'll play that to you now.
Yes, on Sunday. Big tick, definitely up for that. Yes, let's try and get a couple of episodes recorded as well if we can, or one. We don't need to necessarily do two.
Oh dear. It's just funny that you said it so slowly.
It was just, I could not. Sometimes you just fail.
It was your Shane McGowan impression.
It was. Oh, that's super lovely stuff. That's in the industry. That's called a callback. And this. Why won't you write a show?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll write one in a bit.
Write an hour.
I'll write one in a bit. Lovely voice note though.
Oh, funny.
Fun.
Funny.
I have a thing as well where if I do have it with a podcast. If a bit of a podcast makes me laugh, if a bit of your voice note makes me laugh because something's gone wrong, I genuinely think I could listen to it 15, 16 times. There's
an irony there.
But I just think it just gets funnier and funnier to a point where I'm like, I need to stop walking and just laugh.
But basically, my errors have become catchphrases, as of yours. So whenever we make an error, we laugh about it. Sort of, I would say for the next 5 or 6 weeks until they become catchphrases as part of our. I'm not sure that must be a regular thing. Friends must do that.
I think so. But I've definitely
Your
got...
one is, have you ever been in an earthquake? you just really struggle to say, have you ever been in an earthquake?
We were in the Natural History Museum. I was asking whether you'd been in an earthquake. And
yes.
Have you ever been in an earthquake?
So we just occasionally just go, have you ever been in an earthquake? Randomly in the shops, and people are just like, what is happening with these people?
Yeah, it's so interesting how impenetrable some friendships are.
Ours is mad, because it's basically just peep show quotes and thick of it quotes.
But also just mistakes
and of course lines from a comedian I've never seen from about 15 years ago in the Edinburgh Fringe. I put up with, but it also drifts into my lexicon because we spend so much time together.
Yes, that is fair. I'm trying to think of anything Christmassy, anything other Christmas.
Yeah, you're like, Christmas, how can I make this more Christmas
I'm trying to think of any Christmas things to discuss.
Something made me laugh the other day. I was listening to a podcast and they genuinely tried to sell NordVPN as a Christmas gift. Yeah. Who's buying that, Viv? Maybe I should get that for my 5-year-old niece. Here you are. You'll be secure in your future.
What were they saying with it? I've not heard
so it was just basically going, the perfect gift for Christmas, internet security, or something like that. And I just thought that was so funny. And such like... Christmas time is a very interesting time for those sort of tech businesses. We've gone very Diary of a CEO, but I'm not, we're not giving bad health advice to you yet.
I might have done.
If it gets the clicks.
I might have done and earlier on in other episodes.
Yeah. Oh, you might have done.
Yeah.
Oh, GB News over here. GB Emslie.
I've realised, listening back to some of our podcasts, I just say stuff with confidence, and then I listen back and I go, not sure I believe that anymore.
Yeah, this is the basis of a friendship, of me having to work out what actual things are true.
Yeah.
Because you will just go, yeah, that's definitely how it is. And I go, oh, really? Oh, good. No, then I'll definitely follow that and say that to other people.
It must be a wild time for like Zoom or Monday.com over Christmas when they're trying to
flog their gear, like, accountancy software. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't Christmas expensive?
Nothing says your tax return needs to be due in January than QuickBooks. Have a QuickBook Christmas, everyone. Oh, we're never going to get their advertising money, are we? We're not getting the QuickBook millions. I'll let you sit, then you can fill whilst I have a sip. Sorry, I've got a really dry throat because between you and I, listeners, and also Emslie, because he's also here, we played football before this, and I still haven't fully hydrated.
Yeah, we definitely haven't. We had to walk to London. Oh, this is dull. Fuck that.
No. Listeners like to know about how we travel.
Football was great. But I don't need to talk about our travel arrangements. I just thought, what's your favourite Christmas song?
Christmas songs.
So that's why I did that noise.
That's Christmassy, isn't it? So Christmas songs. I do have a playlist of good Christmas songs. And they include some of the classics. Yeah. I love a Home Alone based Christmas song. You know, the basically the music in Home Alone has absolute bangers. You've not seen Home Alone?
No, and you can't get on your high horse.
No, I can't get on my high
horse.
horse.
You've seen 3 films.
This is like my only film I've seen.
One of them was Home Alone twice.
Yeah,
so you're not having that.
And Deliverance. What a Christmassy movie Deliverance is.
You've watched Deliverance?
I've watched Deliverance. Yeah, exactly. Why do we know more about Deliverance?
Never watched it.
Haven't you?
Never seen it.
Squirrel Piggy is a very harrowing scene. God, I'm really bringing this Christmassy stuff down.
Home Alone based Christmas songs. What is your favourite? If you had to pick a Christmas song, that's the only one you can listen to for the rest of your life. What are you picking?
I think it must be Christmas Rapping by the Waitresses.
Christmas.
Yeah. There's a comedy element to the lyricism in it. It's sort of slightly tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, isn't this what everyone's Christmas is? And I'm like, yeah, sisters. And I love it. I think it's one of the best ones. It's very hard to beat that. I do like a lot of the old jazz ones as well. The old jazzy, proper croonery type Christmas. I'm less fussed about pop music in Christmas. It doesn't, unless it's like from the 80s and 90s when Christmas music boomed for some reason.
Yeah, well.
We used to have a Christmas cassette that used to be a big part of Christmas, where they used to put that into the
Now that's what
car.
I call Christmas.
It was. I don't really know what it was. It was just a mixture of really only 80s and 90s music.
Great.
It was amazing.
My favourite Christmas song is Lonely This Christmas by Mud, which is one of the saddest Christmas.
I thought, do you know what? There's an Elvis vibe to Lonely This
Yeah,
Christmas.
it does. It does sound like it. It's by a band called Mud. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Do you know Cavalry? That's a good song. That's up there.
Yeah.
That's up there.
That is what. Now, this is a thing to admit. So, when my sister would put the Christmas CD on, part of when we were younger, we'd play that. And you just have to walk around as a little group, don't you?
Yeah,
and
you
that's
should-
on. That's
It's like the mad New Year's routine.
Oh,
where you have
the
to
Auld
sort of
Lang
cross
Syne.
the Old Lang, which I still don't know the lyrics to.
and everyone would sort of.
Do you know the lyrics to that yet?
For the sake of Old Lang.
Oh, that bit I know. I bang out that bit. But when it gets to the other bits, and I'm like, how does everyone know Old Lang Syne? I know they do in like Scotland and stuff.
I feel like that about hymns, though. How does everyone know the?
Oh, we all do the same thing in churches when we have to sort of occasionally go into them for funerals and weddings, and you have to go, right, I'm just going to have to riff this by mouthing it and occasionally singing the bit that I have confidence in.
Yeah, the chorus.
The chorus.
There's a Christmas song. I can't remember it, but the one that goes. So
it's the one where you go, no.
Yeah. That, to me, I genuinely feel like that bit could go on. I genuinely think you could go on for 30 minutes. It just isn't.
How low do you reckon? Should we try and do that now? How low can you go? This could be a fun game. Bit like vocal limbo.
No.
No? Okay. Forgive me, Father.
I feel like it wouldn't be fun for them.
No, it'd be awful to listen to, wouldn't it?
He's
going to try it anyway.
There's no like cut-off point to it.
There is a bit where it cuts off and then it goes into the next bit. Yeah, in it's Chelsea. And it's like Excelsis or something.
Hosanna in Excelsis?
I think it's something Latin, isn't it?
Is that it?
Hosanna next Chelsea.
I don't think there's anything about Chelsea.
No, I know. It just comes in my head as like, I know Chelsea just hits. It's in my head.
That's fine. That's allowed.
Sorry about that.
That's allowed.
There's some bangers though in the Christmas world, but they're not many modern bangers. Darkness probably came out with that. That was the latest banger.
Don't Let the Bells End. Hasn't Ed Sheeran released one?
Oh, I hate all of the new ones. I hate them so much because they're just like throw a bell in and talk about love. No, that's not a Christmas song. I want Christmas depth. And I don't want it to. I want there to be a depth of Christmas. I want the depth of Christmas in a song.
So you want the
more Christmas,
sort of slightly
sleigh
eggy...
bells, shitty sleigh belly type. Rudolph's doing something. Do you know what I mean? I want that. I want puddings. I want traditional, classic, basic bitch Christmas.
You want simple stuff.
I don't want love songs with a bit of a jingle bell in the back to make it Christmassy. No.
I'm just riffing my own song.
All I Want for Christmas Is You works. Well, I think we're coming near to the end of this Christmas episode.
So Christmassy.
It's been so Christmassy. We've talked about funeral homes.
Something about a pig.
We've done some questionable stuff. But I'm actually very excited about Christmas. And listeners, I hope that you're having whatever you do on Christmas, whether it's not a great time for you or whether it is a good time for you, just have a peaceful one. Whatever happens, let it be peaceful.
Do whatever you need to do to make Christmas bearable.
Yes.
I love when Christmas is going on in a house. There's something delightful about going into an empty room and just having a sit, but hearing the noises of people being excited. There's something really sweet and lovely about, I'm one step removed from it, I can hear it, I don't have to make fucking small talk.
Yeah, basically you just don't want to be part of it. I want to hear it, but I don't want to be part of
There's
it.
something beautiful about hearing the noises of life going on.
That's a very Home Alone image.
Oh,
actually.
shut up about Home Alone, mate.
Genuinely, there is a real Home Alone image to that, where there's a scene at the end when everyone's having a nice time, and then you just see, I think it's the dad picks up like a golden tooth from one of the burglars. You need to watch Home Alone because that makes more sense. And there's like that moment where he's like, "What's that?" And then other people are having their little moments in the. There is a sort of film-ic vibe to that.
Yeah, there's just something lovely from my side of doing that. But whatever you need to do to make it
Very hard to do that when you've got 2 kids now.
Sure.
There's no such thing as a free room.
Sure. Well, yeah. But in terms of for the listeners, for the watchers, whatever you need to do to make it a peaceful and a nice time for you, do that.
I'm sure they were going to do that anyway. They didn't need our permission, but thank you anyway.
No, I think it's yes.
No, I think I think they need to go through us. Do write in with your Christmas plans, and we'll okay them.
Yeah, we will sign those off.
Yes. Have you got any recommendations? Christmas recommendations?
My recommendation. So I'm a gluten-free boy. We all know that. I am also a vegetarian. Some of us know that.
Have we actually talked about your gluten-freeness?
Nah, not yet, but we'll get onto it.
But it's not big news.
No, not anymore. So my recommendation is Pieminster, because they sell a gluten-free moulus moo pie, which is a gluten-free jackfruit pie. So I've ordered 4 of them. So I'm going to have one for my Christmas dinner. You're looking at me like I'm mad.
No, it's just a very sad Christmas dinner, isn't it?
What? Because I want a pie.
I'll have a fake turkey.
I don't want fake turkey.
Turkey, whatever they've got.
If I was able to, I would have a curry on Christmas Day.
Well, you have a curry almost every day. If you would have one every day if you could.
I would have a curry every day if I could.
You're having one this evening.
I would. Yeah, I will be. But I would have a curry on Christmas Day. I'm not that. I like a roast dinner. I'm not that fussed about it.
I can't wait for a roast dinner.
Yeah,
I've taken up meat as well again, so I can have a nice time.
Taken up meat
again.
What a mad way to phrase it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my recommendation is a gluten-free moulus moo, and they've also just released a gluten-free Christingle, I think it's called, which is like a mushroom and chestnut gluten-free Christmas pie. That's my recommendation.
I mean, there will be some people that will go, I would like to know that.
I only found out.
It's good for you vegetarian. Is it vegan, you say?
Who?
Vegetarian, that moulus moo.
The moulus moo, I believe, is also vegan, but please do check that before if you are a vegan. I found out by complete chance. I turned on Saturday Kitchen and they were talking about pies that had won the best pie of the year, and the gluten-free moulus moo had won the best pie of the year. So complete chance that I found out about it, and it is fantastic.
Pie of the year. That's a thing I'd like to be a part of.
What are your Rex?
Rex. I mean, my recommendation is to eat meat. No, it's not, because I was vegetarian for so long, and I'm just enjoying the moment of having meat again and not having to faff about with.
You can go back and have your grouse and have your port and.
Yeah, I can do. Well, I
look over your property empire.
I still won't drink. But it's nice to go back and actually be like, I'm a full-fledged meat eater again this year. It's the first time I've done that, so it's exciting. I would say the Waitresses released an album.
Oh.
So they're not just a Christmas song. They released a really good album. I can't remember what it's called.
Of course.
But it's got a red and white cover. And they haven't released a huge amount of stuff, but there's some really good songs on it. They were more than just that Christmas song. So I would give that a whirl if you're interested in music generally.
Just
if you like music, maybe try that. I don't know.
Well, if you do enjoy us, you can watch us on YouTube, as we always say.
You can always watch us on YouTube.
You can watch us on YouTube. You can subscribe to us on your podcast platforms.
Feeds.
Platforms.
Yeah, whatever platform you like.
You subscribe.
Also, do drop us a 5-star review.
Yes.
Probably not based on this episode, but on another one. Yeah.
This is a Christmassy...
If this has given you the Christmas feels...
festive cheer.
Ding dong merrily on 5-star review us.
But thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching.
Do buy tickets to my tour. And for Christmas...
There's the Christmas plug.
tour, josephparsons.co.uk/tour. I left out the www. You're welcome.
Don't do anything for me.
But yes, if you just have a nice Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Be good to yourself.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.